So I'm switching it up, and today gonna fish a couple of mountain lakes. Not quite alpine lakes because those are all still frozen up high in the mountains. So some lower elevation mountain lakes. Got the Cascade Mountains off in the distance there. Super pretty, gorgeous sunny day. I'm walking in on an active logging road, which is not the most scenic, but excited to fish the couple of lakes that are a little deeper in. So I'll be on this road for roughly 5.5 miles out and back. So should be a good full day, and I'll chime in again when I see you at the lakes. So this is interesting. I've never been on this road walk, trail walk to these lakes before, and I'm at the first lake and it's literally on the road. Oh cool, but it goes pretty far back there. I'm gonna try this over on this side of the lake to figure out a good launching spot. So I making my way around the lake. I'm gonna cut in here, do a little brush crashing for a minute. It's getting a little thicker. Well, I made it through the thick brush, but the shoreline is still a little bit of a ways, and I just realized that below this mat of grass is actually water, so I can't really walk through this, and it's also not exactly a good set up your raft spot. So okay, I'm gonna backtrack and find a different access. Here we go. Okay, well, this looks better. Might still be a little marshy, but I think we'll be able to get close enough. Let's get set up. And here we go. Pack raft. Fishing net. All right, so I kept it unbuckled in my pack for storage, but you can also get this thing down even smaller. Weighs about less than 3 pounds. I forget the exact specs, maybe around 2.5 pounds. This is the Rapid Raft. Boom. And I'll put a link in my video description below. All right, set up. Okay, so we're tying on a tungsten beadhead blowtorch nymph. I think it imitates kind of like a mayfly. It's got some shiny colors on it. So I'm going to tie a more drab colored nymph below this one. So here's our large shiny nymph. We'll go with a smaller fly. Got the browns, got a pretty brown bead head on there, with a couple wraps of hackle and a little bit of pheasant tail, some wire ribbing. And we'll put that under an indicator, a bobber, to start. Okay. Ooh, water is cold. Well, even though I'm wearing rain pants, my pants underneath are soaked. I'm in knee-deep water here, and I still have a ways to go. But maybe I'll be able to sneak out here. There's a lot of sticks, too, so I can't just, like, sit in the pack raft and get through. I have to, like, carry it through. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. Oh, that water dripped all the way up my leg. Oh boy, okay. Wow. So much for staying dry. Thankfully it's sunny. And I did bring a pair of long john pants in my pack as a just in case, so I'll be okay. Let's go fishing. So this is the first of 2 lakes that I plan to fish today. So I only want to spend like a half an hour to an hour here. And then we'll move on to the next lake. So a little review on this pack raft. It's called the Rapid Raft by Uncharted Supply. And it's awesome because it's affordable and lightweight. So it makes a perfect little backcountry lake boat. I don't recommend it for like moving water or white water like that, unless it's for really calm, short jaunt, you know, to like cross a river. I think was their original design idea. But for floating on a lake like this, I recommend adapting it and adding this 1/2-inch rubber tubing to the one-way nozzle, because the design of it with that big roll top closure, it actually loses air a little bit. And there's just no, I've contacted the company and there's just no fixing that with the current design. So if you attach a little tubing like this, it's a one-way valve, and every time you feel like the raft is getting a little slack, you can just give it a couple puffs of air. And then it just kind of reinflates it a little bit. So anyways, not a bad boat once you add that adaptation. Well, I haven't seen a single rise, nor gotten a bite, nor seen any fish or any evidence of them. And it's been about 40 minutes, so I'd rather move on, make our way to the other lake. Plus, it's a little bit of a journey to get out of the raft in this lake, being that it's so kind of boggy on the shoreline. So that's what we're gonna do. Gonna reel it in. Bobber's still out there. And we're gonna paddle on and get to hiking. This is disgusting. Look at this leech on my pack raft. As I deflated the pack raft, I'm putting it away. Look at that thing. That's a leech. And it's like sucked on there. Ew, like it doesn't even want to come off. Ugh. That is gnarly. Like it's on there good. Oh man. Alright. Oh, there's a smaller one. Whoa. Should have been fishing with leeches. Maybe I'll put a leech on the next lake. 2 leeches on the pack raft. Gross. Hopefully there's none on me. Man, that's gnarly. To the next lake. Bear prints. Look at this. There's the more faint one. Here's the stronger. Look at that. Black bear. That's super cool. Bear country. You guys, there's a bear in the road. There's a bear in the road. It's just going off the road now. Oh man, black bear in the road. This with the phone, I can zoom in more. Holy cow. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. There it goes. Like a good bear. Run away. Good job. Wow. That was pretty cool. that's exactly the kind of wildlife encounter I want to have, where it's far enough ahead, out in the open, you could see it, admire its beauty, appreciate it, and then yell, "Hey bear," and have it run away, just like that. Also, I am prepared with bear spray, super easily accessible. So if I need to use it, I have it. So I'll keep this handy as we'll pass by that area where that bear was just grazing. But cool to see, spring bear. So that black bear was most likely a young male bear. And I deduced that because I think if it was a female bear, it'd probably have cubs with it, which I'm glad for my sake it didn't have cubs with it, because it would be more territorial, you know, to defend the cubs. So pretty good sized bear, being that it's spring and, you know, they go pretty dormant, go into hibernation in the wintertime. So it's like mid to late April, and the bears are just coming out of that hibernation time and eating grasses to get their metabolism going, eating plants. And then after their metabolism kicks in, that's when they'll kind of go to more prey animals, fish, and then later in the season, berries when they're ripe. So very cool to see. That's not an everyday occurrence, and I'm grateful that, you know, it was at a good distance and the bear reacted appropriately. So happy to see that. Very cool. We have abundant wildlife here in the PNW, Western Washington. Made it down to the second lake. Brought a little lunch from home, some mashed potatoes and the leftover burnt ends that I spent all day long grilling day before yesterday. So good, delicious. So gonna eat my lunch, watch the lake, and then as soon as I'm done eating, getting the rod rigged up and heading out there. It is shin deep already. Yikes. Ooh. Yep, going straight up my thigh. Ugh. All right, here we go. Thank you, sunshine. Looks like a kind of shallow lake. I'd have to shorten up the bobber, but we'll just start with that. Oh. Huh. I think I already had a bite. Either that or it got stuck on the bottom. Oh. I don't know. Could have been a bite. Could have been the bottom. Huh. All right, let me maybe shorten it. Oh, that was a fish that just jumped. Might have to put on the dry fly. Do a little dry dropper soon. All right. We're gonna fish this nice and shallow. For now, we'll just let the wind take us. Whoa, had a bite. Okay, had a bite. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Okay. Ah, seems like a nice fish. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's bring it in. Okay, got it. Wow, what do we have? A rainbow trout, I think. Look at it right there on that beautiful... Oh no, it's a cutthroat. Coastal cutthroat. Geez, it's got a slash. Somebody tried to get this fish. So anyways, on the big blowtorch, let's get that hook out and we'll get our fish back in the water. Hook's out. By the way, there it goes. Okay, cool. First fish on the board within 10 minutes of fishing or less, right here on that little blowtorch. So yeah, and they're rising. So we're gonna fish a little on the nymph because it's already rigged up. Clearly they're taking that, and maybe we'll switch up to a dry fly. We'll see how it goes. Oh wow, there's an osprey just flying up in the sky over there, up in the clouds. There it goes, almost straight overhead. You know there's fish here when the osprey are here. Oh, fish on. Fish on a troll. Trolling. Okay, another coastal cutthroat. Kind of a skinny one. So we'll just unhook it and send it on its way. Skinny 12-incher. Off it goes. Bye. It's really shallow over here. We're in the weeds again. 2 ospreys. Oh no, an osprey and an eagle. Look at them. Look at them fighting. The eagle is chasing the osprey. And now a duck. Okay. Now they're going their separate ways. I've definitely seen eagles take fish from osprey before, but I've never seen them chase one without a fish. Like we just saw. Looked like a juvenile bald eagle. Didn't have its white head and tail feathers yet, but it had kind of like that mottled under color where there's some white feathers mixed in here and there. I'm just kind of backpedaling up the lake so that we can let the wind blow us back down. And if a fish happens to bite like it did last time, then awesome. There we go. Fish on. Oh, barely. Okay. What do we got? Here we go. Oh. Okay, got it. There we go. Similar to the last one. Same little fly. Coastal cutthroat. Say bye-bye. There it goes. Bye. Okay, let's recast this. Oh, as I was stripping it in. To recast it, hook up, fish on. All right. Let's just go ahead and get the hook out of this guy real quick. Same thing on that bottom fly. Hi. Okay, not exactly sure what's hatching, if it's a mayfly, a mosquito, or a midge. So we'll tie on something to kind of imitate something quite like that. Maybe a purple haze. Yeah, hand-tied purple haze. Okay, I re-rigged. I took off the bobber and the 2 nymphs, and I put on the purple haze dry fly and the lower nymph that I had on before as a little dropper. So I'm going to paddle upwind and then fish my way down. So I just have the flies on the rod right now just to create less tangles and not wet out the dry fly on the journey upwind. You can hear the frogs. Lots of wildlife today. This is super cool. I want to see a fish go for my dry fly. There we go. Fish on the dropper. Fish on the dropper. Oh. Okay. Another small coastal cut. Wrong way. Come on, figure it out. There it goes. Bye-bye. All right, so this is definitely the fly of the day. This little nymph. They're still rising though, so I still have hope for the dry. Fish rose right next to my fly. Come on, go for my fly. Oh, the fish rose a foot from my fly. There we go. On the nymph. I think I had a few takes before I connected on that one. All right, nymph action is strong today. Ooh, a different species, a brook trout. Oh, no wonder these fish are skinny. There's probably a bunch of brook trout in here. Where there's one, there's usually more than one. Okay, actually the hook is out, so we'll just say bye-bye. Oh, just kidding, hook is not out. Oh, now it is. Great. Very fun hot fishing today. Didn't end up getting anything on the dry fly, but I didn't give it the full effort where you switch flies and tried to dial it in. They were biting on the nymph, and I was happy enough with that. And as you can see, it's a bit breezy, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to row my way back upstream, or up lake, upwind, you know what I mean. Okay. Alright, we made it. All packed up. As you can see, I had to get kind of bundled up because I got really cold just being in the wind and the splashing water and wet pants from the marshiness. So glad I packed a little bit of extra clothes, and should be a pretty nice hike out. I mean, I can't believe the amount of wildlife that I saw today. Spring is thriving right now. Like black bear, that was super rare and awesome to see for me. You know, I mean, I know black bears are abundant in our area, but I just don't often see them, just signs of them. But today I actually got to see a black bear, and then a bald eagle, juvenile bald eagle chasing off an osprey, beaver splashing its tail in the water, and then our 2 species of trout today. So abundant wildlife, very cool to see. And here in such a juxtaposition of freaking clear cut, ugly clear cut, and then beautiful forests right around it. So thankfully some of the clear cuts have been replanted and there are trees growing, but some of them are just an eyesore, like this one through the trees. But overall, amazing how much wildlife can still thrive in this area. So grateful for that. And I'm grateful to all of you guys tuning along, and merch updates coming soon. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but we are getting very close, you guys. I'll be releasing a date when the website will be up and running and you'll be able to purchase hats and t-shirts. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the coming month or so. And I'll have a couple of links in the video description for the pack raft and a few other items I use in case you're interested in that. Ultimately, I just want to say thank you to you guys following along. Please click like and subscribe, all that stuff, and appreciate it. So thank you guys. I will see you on the next video.